What is up, YouTube crew? Welcome back to the Guitar Dungeon. A little bit of a different angle this time, but still the same place, I assure you. Today, I just wanted to post a video to kind of throw something out there because it's been a while since I posted a video. Supply chain issues, I'm assuming, are still the problem, but I've got some new stuff on order and has been for a very long time that I would love to share with everybody, but I can't get it. So here we are, right? Anyway, I thought I would just kind of put something out there for the people who don't know the difference between Squire and Fender, right? If Squire is out there, they're a very affordable line of guitars. They are made by Fender, right? You will see Squire by Fender. That's what's on the headstock of all of them, which I have, you know, my little selection out for today. I have both Squires, which my Telecaster here is a Squire, and my two Strats are Fenders. So, just kind of, you know, first overall impression of, well, first, since I got it in my hand, right? A Fender guitar is a well-made guitar. Leo Fender was an engineer by trade, right? He was not a musician, so which makes it kind of weird. But he made a guitar, instruments in general for everything he was doing that had that engineering mindset. So that's why you have, you know, this design to them. It was revolutionary at the time, but you have these sleek cutaways and, you know, this belly cut in here so it fits comfortably next to the body. It puts it in a nice playable position, you know. So that was his mindset, you know, and he made up these rule of specs for all of his guitars. The Telecaster was actually the first one that Fender did. But the Stratocaster came through and revolutionized everything and really took music in a different direction once the Strat was born. Telecasters were used a lot in, you know, old country, rockabilly, that style when they came out. The rock crowd at the time was just growing, and people grabbed a hold of Telecasters because of, you know, it was, I don't know, available, you know. But once the Stratocaster came out, it was game over. You know, you had huge artists jumping on it. I think the first appearance of it was Buddy Holly that really ran with the Stratocaster design and you know, started making rock music with it. And, you know, through the years it has grown to artists like, you know, through time, Jimi Hendrix picked up Stratocaster, excuse my English, which this is actually one of the signature series Jimi Hendrix. That's why the headstock's upside down. Famous left-handed guitarist, so he took a Stratocaster and flipped it over and basically negated all of Leo Fender's work and played it upside down. But the man was a genius, so he made it work. And you know, the Strat lives in that history. Other artists through time, Eric Clapton played a Strat. George Harrison played Strat towards the end of the Beatles. Let's see, David Gilmour was a Strat player. I mean, you could go on forever and ever and ever. You know, there are so many Strat players because they do have a distinctive sound. Well, third time, I'm not sure when the Squires really first started to make an impression. They've never really been big in the music scene per se because everybody's tied to labels, right? And everybody wants to have that Fender set up here instead of a Squire, you know. But in order to make things affordable, because people were like falling over themselves after Fender guitars. One interesting thing is that Fender, like I said, Leo Fender was an engineer by trade. That was his mindset, was an engineer. So when he started building Fender guitars, he made them so they could be run on an assembly line, right? So you had bolt-on necks, you had electronics that were easily taken out and just dumped in with anything else. They were interchangeable. like changing the parts on a car or something. You know, you could just switch them out and have a whole different setup. You know, so that was his main goal. Well, that carried over into the Squire brands, which were made to be affordable. A lot of them, well, not a lot really. The Squire brands are not USA made. Okay, so they outsource the labor, they outsource the materials involved with them, whatever. You have some cheaper woods, tone woods. The bodies are made out of. The necks on them are still like maple necks, rosewood fingerboards, that type of stuff. You know, you still get that quality over there. You do get some different tone woods involved when you know, you're dealing with Squire. Start seeing some more, you know, alder and pine and, you know, stuff like that, getting away from, you know, some of the bigger tone woods, the mahoganies and things like that. You know, not saying that these are necessarily mahogany, but I'm just saying that Squire tended to go with some cheaper stuff. But with that being said, they still follow the Fender specs. All of the Fender specs. The original stuff that was put out for Telecasters is exactly what went into this one. Even though it is a Squire Telecaster and is substantially cheaper than everything out there, the specs on it are exactly the same as what the Fender Custom Shop is putting out. You know, as for body design, body layout, neck radius, you know, everything, the playability, the you know, pretty much everything. All the specs that are coming off of that line are going through the same paces as this. The difference being that you may have a different type of wood, you may have a lower grade electronics in it, whereas like say my Hendrix Strat back here, you can definitely tell a difference between that one and that one. I mean, this is the pickups in are a lot warmer than what this one is, you know. So I mean, you have little nuances like that, but they're still quality because they're still meeting Fender's you know, standards. So you know, you're dealing with a cheaper made part, but still meeting the specs of what the Fender shop is putting out. Right? Makes sense? It's just they're cutting corners, saving time, but they still have to go through that quality control. Is basically all I'm saying off of it. What's really funny, in owning 3 Fender-made instruments, right here between my Hendrix Strat, my standard Strat, and this Squire Telecaster, as for playability, which one do I like to play more? Believe it or not, that's the one. That Squire is, the neck is smoother on it. It gives me a tone that really stands apart from those two. It's smooth, doesn't give me any feedback. It's, you know, it is a smooth playing guitar. It's a fun to play guitar. So, you know, it's substantially cheaper than those, but, you know, you can't beat it. It's like, I do enjoy the guitar. So, money isn't everything, you know? I fall into that same category as everybody else, man. Where you're looking at the name of something, oh, it's a Fender. Oh, I have a Fender Stratocaster. You know, yes, you like to talk about it, you like to brag, you like to say, oh no, mine's a Fender, or whatever. But, hey, when it comes right down to it, that guitar is made just as good as those two. It plays better. I like to play it more than what the other ones are. So, what's I say at the end of the day? Well, the whole point of this video is, if you are considering buying a Squire, if you're in the market and you want a guitar, but you're like, oh, I want something that's going to be good, but I don't really have a whole lot of money to throw at it, I think I'll just keep saving up until I can get that Fender. All you're buying is a name, for real, because the Squire line is playable wise, now I know I'm going to catch hell in the comments off of it, and there's going to be people say, oh no, the Fender lines are fantastic, and oh, custom shops and American made, and whatever. But for an instrument that you are interested in playing, to get up, take out, and hit the stage with or whatever, there ain't a damn thing wrong with a Squire. They are good guitars, they're well-made guitars. Like I said, they're making them to the same specs as what they're making the Fenders. They've proven to me that they're a very good guitar. They have great sound, and honestly, if you want a guitar that, you know, has a good tone to it, it plays nice, but you're like, oh, it just doesn't give me that tone, it's worth buying a Squire, dumping the pickups out of it, putting in something that you're actually after. You know, upgrade to whatever it may be. Drop some Seymour Duncans in it if that's what you want, or something. You know, help put a active electronics in it if you wanted. Whatever it may be, you could upgrade these and Frankenstein them all day long and have a great guitar to go out and play with, and you're not sacrificing anything but a name. So, you know, if you're really that hard pressed for it, get you a Squire, make it sound and play exactly the way that you want to, and then take you a piece of masking tape and stick it across the headstock and write Fender on it if you want to. Anyway, they're good guitars. I recommend them. If you're in the market for something that's affordable, that'll give you that nice playability or whatever, don't worry about what the name is. Give them a second look. It is worth it. I mean, not to discredit my Fenders, I love my Fenders. And like I said, they have certain tones. I use them for certain songs, certain in-studio stuff, you know. But there ain't nothing wrong with a Squire. And the cool thing about a Squire is you know, if you're out and you're playing a show somewhere and some drunk falls on the stage and knocks your guitar over or breaks it, you ain't out much with a Squire. Whereas these will hurt you. These will make you cry, and probably put you in jail because you done whooped the drunk's ass. So, yeah, it happens. Been there, done that. So, that's my thoughts for today. Thanks for watching. You know, like always, like, share, subscribe. I've got more videos coming in the future. As soon as I can actually get some brands to deliver some stuff, because everything seems to be on back order right now. So, just stay tuned. There'll be more coming in the future. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.